Hello, welcome to growercoach.com. Ken Salvail here today, and we're just talking about what makes this plant so great. And this particular plant is the Achillea Moonshine. It's one of the best of the yarrow groups. This particular plant is quite spectacular. It's got incredibly bright color, and it blooms, and it actually reblooms again. So it'll start to develop a second flush. This is just towards the end of the first bloom, and it's quite the spectacular thing. But typical of these particular Achilleas, after they finish their first bloom, you cut them right back. So after cutting back these particular plants, the plant will just flush out again and give you a really good strong bloom. So they're super long blooming. They'll often bloom right from about the end of May. They start to bud and show some color right through June and into July, often right to the end of July. But one of the best things that makes this plant so great is its drought tolerance. This thing can survive like growing with literally almost no water. And you notice it's got sort of a silvery foliage. And the one thing is the drier you grow it, the more silvery the foliage becomes. And the more well-behaved the plant is ultimately, so it stays like nice and compact. So it's a really good plant. This one's been surviving actually with very little water, and it's like I say, it's about 2 weeks away from me giving it a good haircut, cutting it back, taking off all the deadheads. And I just have to find where the new buds are coming. If I see new buds starting to show, like on this particular little stem here, there's a little bud. I'll let those push up a bit first before I cut it back, and then I'll know where to cut it back to. Sometimes I'm just snipping off the deadheads. Sometimes I just literally take a hedge trimmer and cut the whole thing back and let it flush again. But really good plant, super easy to grow. I would say almost no pests really, and not bad for pollinators. The best pollinating plant is the Achillea millifolium, which is a relative of this one. These are pretty good, but the Achillea millifolium is the best for pollinators. But all the Achillea families are one of those plants that is really good for the environment. So good plant, excellent one to give it a try in your garden. If you don't already have one, give it a try, but just remember to hold back the water a bit to keep the compactness and the nice intense silver foliage. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.